How's it going, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of SPT Hatchet to Hero. As always, if you haven't watched any of the previous episodes, I'd highly recommend going to watch at least the previous episode to this one, just to kind of get a grasp as to where we are with our tasks and how we are progressing through this particular series. But without further ado, we're going to jump straight into it here, and we did have an upgrade going in the hideout, which we're going to go ahead and grab, or at least install, should I say, into our hideout before we progress any further. So good old nutrition unit actually was what do we call it, making some Tashonka for us, so we'll go ahead and grab that. The defective wall has now been done, so just go ahead and install that and then mop the floor again. And then we can also install a upgraded workbench as well, which gives us a lot more crafting excuse me, a lot more crafting possibilities moving forward. We will just go ahead and get a little bit of XP from anything that we haven't yet gone ahead and found/examined during the course of our playthrough. But everything seems okay there, and then if we go to rest space, we've also got that unlocked to the next level as well. But as always, we'll probably come back to the hideout at the end of the episode to see where we are and if we can go ahead and upgrade anything there. Next thing we're going to do is just receive all of our insurances. So we do get our killer armor back that we ended up dropping in the previous episode. We are just going to go ahead and do something like this, just so we are able to go ahead and receive everything from Prapor. And it looks like Therapist also has a few bits for us as well. So we'll go ahead and just grab those from her. That backpack, unfortunately, we can't take right now, so we'll leave that where it is, because we do have a pilgrim here. So if we go ahead and put that in our sorting table, we can put the other pilgrim in there, and then go ahead and put the pilgrim that we were wearing back into the stash, meaning that drawer bag excuse me excuse me, can now go ahead and be popped into our stash. So one thing I will say before we get into any of the raids in this particular episode is we did go ahead and install a weather mod to this particular playthrough as of this morning. The reason I've done that is when I'm trying to snipe and it's foggy, I don't really like the fact I can't see anything. So we're going to go ahead and kind of use the mod for the weather and the time accordingly. But other than that, we are pretty much good to go. We do have 2 more cans of beef stew that we want to go ahead and grab for general wares. So I think before anything else, we will go ahead and get one of those underway and crafting. So we'll just hand that over into our hideout there. So hopefully towards the end of this episode, if not the start of the next episode, we will have the last few Tashonkas ready and raring to go. We are just going to clear out all of these like AI bot PMC's messages. A lot of them are quite funny to read, if I'm perfectly honest, but we'll just leave them as they are. But in the last episode, we finished off by running some woods to try and get Tarkov Shooter. I think it's part 4 or 5 done. Let me have a quick look. Tarkov Shooter part 4. We tried to start the side of things on that. Unfortunately, we didn't get any kills for it, but we'll continue to try and do something along those lines moving forward. We also have this blood sample to hand in that I completely forgot about in the previous episode. So let's just go ahead and turn that over to Therapist before we forget. And we can complete that, going on to Healthcare Privacy Part 4, which again we have already completed because we have the health skill level up to level 4, meaning we have to hand over 400k rubles to get 2 health levels for an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And then Healthcare Privacy Part 5 means we need to go into Nighttime Factory. We do have a daily to hand in 3 T-shaped plugs and also a disposable syringe. So we'll go ahead and accept that. We only have the 1 T-plug, so we need to look out for those whilst we are playing today. We have a scav run, which is to survive a factory twice with a scav. I am going to go ahead and accept that because I am going to be using the scav at the end of each episode just to make some money. And we'll probably end up going into factory for most of those scav runs just to make them quick. So we will take this for fence. When it comes to this, we need to go through the expo checkpoint on streets. We're not necessarily going to run streets, but we will accept that regardless. And then the final one here is to go to ground zero and survive 4 times for the daily. So we will accept that. I don't see myself necessarily going to ground zero. There's a possibility, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But let's just go ahead and take what we can from Therapist, which I think is pretty much nothing right now. So we do need to do a little bit of kind of tidying up in our stash. Do I have room in the ammo case? I don't. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of thought process about what we want to keep, what we want to get rid of when it comes to the stuff in our stash here, because we are once again running out of room. But that's fine. We will go ahead. Actually, we'll go ahead and just grab the rubles from Therapist, like so, and chuck that in here. But regardless of that, we are going to jump into probably a woods run to start this episode off, just to see if we can get some sniping going. To try and get the Tarkov Shooter Part 4 underway. I'm not too fussed about getting loot this run, but we will go ahead and just take the drawbridge just to be on the safe side, and then we can figure things out from there. But other than that, let's jump into a woods run and see what we can get sorted. Alrighty, so woods raid number 1 of the day, and it looks like we are a-okay on visibility in this raid, so that's fine. But if I just go ahead and hit home, as you can see here, we can go ahead and like take away fog and all this kind of stuff in terms of the weather and time, etc. But we don't need to do anything in regards to this because there's literally no fog at all. So we're just going to close that and carry on with this raid. So the whole reason we come to woods is to try and get some kills on PMCs with our sniper from at least 60 meters away or further. So I am going to head down towards the med camp and try and see if we can get any sort of eyes on PMCs down here. I have also figured out how to look into the Sane mod, but there was nothing that I could see in relation to the spawns on the player front, because obviously the main reason I want to find those settings was to see if we were able to change any of them in terms of like the spawn times for PMCs, because obviously we've had a few instances where PMCs have spawned in front of us, and I didn't know if I could get up that rock, but it seems like we can't, so that's fine. But we have had a few instances where PMCs have literally just like spawned in front of us like halfway, quarter of the way through the raid. It's not quite what we're looking for, but regardless of that, we do now know the keybinds for both the weather settings and the sane settings if we need to change them for whatever reason. But we are going to push down towards the med base, as I said, just to see if we can get any sort of eyes on anyone, even if they're over towards the corner where PMCs can spawn. At least that way we can potentially get a shot on them from over 60 meters. Last time we tried to do this particular task, we got a headshot over 200 meters, but it was unfortunately on a player scav. So it doesn't sound like there's any movement inside the med base to our left. And I don't see anyone over to our far left. Sorry, the med base to our right. I don't see anyone to our far left in terms of spawns in for potential player kills over 60 meters. So the main thing I'm going to look for in here, whilst we're here, is to see if we can get basically things to sell in terms to make some money. So obviously we need 400k rubles for Therapist, but we also want to just get a bit more money to be able to do things to the hideout, etc. But I'm also going to take any food and drink, because I am potentially going to stay in this raid a little longer to try and get these kills. So food and drink is going to be handy. That's a Tushonka that we can hand in. We do obviously have a couple crafting in the hideout as well. Let's grab this Salewa. And we'll also grab the Kvass and the Grand Juice. So I'm just trying to think of where I want to potentially go to, to try and get these 60-meter plus kills. We need these for Crisis, so we might as well take it. I will take the car med kit as well, because if we run out of meds in the IFAC, at least this way we have the car and the Salewa as backup. Got US ammo there, PSPPO and AP. Not really too fussed about taking any of that, if I'm honest. We will take that as it comes. But as soon as we've got a full backpack here, we are gonna kind of head towards the lumber mill, I think. But I do want to just check the rest of the crates whilst we're here, mostly for the search XP, but also to see if there's anything worth like dropping or drinking something else. Like this car battery, I know we need. So we need to try and make room for a 6-slot item. So what do I want to drop, if anything? I mean, we could potentially drop this juice and take this. The reason we're going to take the car battery is we need it for a quest that we're currently on. But we'll go ahead and eat the Iskra and drink the Kvass. And then we'll move on from where we are. But I have also gone ahead and lowered the game volume, because I kind of sat and watched back one of my most recent videos. So I got really itchy nose this hay fever season. I suffer from hay fever, so I'll get itchy noses. I might have to like mute my mic to sneeze and all that kind of stuff during the course of the upcoming episodes. But regardless of that, as I was saying, we have gone ahead and lowered the game volume a little bit, just so it's not as loud in your ears, so you can actually hear me talk a little bit more freely. Is there anything I want to take here? The only thing really is conditioned milk, which will sell for a reasonable amount. And we have actually we don't have a full ALU split, so we'll do this, then we'll put the conditioned milk in there. And we will continue to move. But yeah, the game volume was a little bit too loud, so I have lowered that. Hopefully you guys can still hear the game and also hear me during the course of this particular episode. So the last thing I want to do is make the sound of the game too low, and therefore you can't hear it at all. But hopefully I've gone ahead and made the correct adjustments that are needed in order to ensure you guys can actually hear everything a little bit more freely. So apart from the shots that we heard right at the start of this raid, there's not really been too much going on. As much as I'd like to take that MP7, we are quite heavily overweight right now already. Let's just put a few things in our appointment, just so at least this way we have a little bit more room if you want to loot stuff. For example, I want to take this and I want to take this, and we do have room for the MP7 both on our player and in the backpack, but we're just going to leave it for the time being. Wow. Do we want to take a car battery is the question. I mean, we're overweight as hell anyway, and a car battery is just going to weigh us down so much more. I need to start doing what I said I was going to do and bring like a mule in our med pouch. I need to get an injector's case as well. That's something we definitely need to look to get, to be able to carry that kind of thing a little bit more. I think we need the tank battery for now. I know we need one for a Prapor quest, but it's just going to weigh us down significantly by taking it even more than we already are. And I'd rather take a few like lighter items like the Vaseline and the bandages over taking like a super heavy item like the tank battery, because we have a car battery and we have a propane that's kind of weighing us down a little bit more than usual. But we are going to take this syringe because I know we need that for a daily, if I'm not mistaken. Apparently we still need gas analyzers for a quest. I'm guessing that might be a quest with Scorpion. But if I go onto my daily tasks, it definitely, yeah, so disposable syringe and T-shaped plugs we're looking for the daily. I want to take this Vaseline. I want to take the morphine as well. What do we want to drop in that case? I mean, we could drop the car because we've got the we have the Salewa in our appointment if we need it. The squash we kind of need for a barter, but we could probably buy those. The sugar actually sells quite well. Signal part 2. I don't know if we've done that, but we are going to drop excuse me, drop the wreck batteries, because I'm pretty sure we've done signal part 2. I could be wrong though. There's a defuel there that sells quite well as well. We'll take that off and we'll take the defuel. Okay, let's actually move away from the med camp now. I know we said we weren't gonna do too much looting, but we filled up our backpack and our appointment now. So I think it's time for us to do a little bit of scouting for potential players. Now, one thing I have noticed on woods, every time I've ran woods, is we haven't actually found or heard Sturman, like, at all. Which is quite interesting, because we've ran woods a fair amount, I want to say, in this particular series so far. And we do have some fog, which is not ideal, so let's go home. We don't want fog at all. Where bit of debug? There we go. That's what we want. Lovely, jubbly. A lovely sunny day that we can actually see what we are doing. Because the fog is just not it. The fact that when the fog's around and you just cannot see anything is really, really frustrating. Especially if you're looking to do what we're looking to do and do a little bit of sniping at a long distance. You kind of want to be able to see your surroundings, which is why we got the good old plugin in the first place, or the mod in the first place. So we are going to drop our bag just there to see if we can see anyone in lumber. But I don't actually see any movement at all down here. And if Sturman and the boys were up as well, A, we would have heard them already, I feel. But B, we would have probably been shot at if we were stood here. Okay. Nothing happening down at lumber, it seems. So I might just have a quick check in the little hut that's down here. See if we can find a purple keycard, because I do eventually want to run labs at some point in this series, so I think it will be quite interesting to go into the laboratory and see if we can get anything rolling in there. But we are going to be looking in the filing cabinets for a flash drive, just like that. So we do need, I think it's yeah, one more. We need just one more flash drive. So that'll get that Jaeger task done, which will be very handy. Just make sure there's nothing else that we want to take in these filing cabinets over other things. And then we can just probably head towards extract, if I'm honest. I might run something like Shoreline in the next raid. It all kind of depends on what other tasks we have to do. Because if we've got tasks on Shoreline that we can do and like tie into sniping, we will. I know we have a task to kill scavs at night time without night vision. And I was kind of tempted to come into woods at night without night vision. But I know without night vision in woods, it's pretty difficult to see. You know what? I'm going to drop the propane. I'm going to take the VHS. It's going to leave us with a little bit more weight to work with, but not a massive amount. If I'm honest with this flash drive now, I'm just tempted to get out of this raid, and then we can look to kind of head towards other maps for other tasks from here. I am just going to get inside this little hut for a little bit of cover whilst we regen our stamina. So unfortunately there's no jacket or weapon crate in here. But I think next raid, before next raid, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort out this med pouch in terms of what I want to bring in. I'm going to also look at containers and see if there's any that we can potentially barter for yet. Because I know that we can get one through the Punisher questline, but we're currently not on the Punisher questline. So it's going to be a case of us looking to see if we can maybe barter or buy a bigger container for the time being. Because at least that way we can carry more things like an injector case, like more keys, etc. Even a docs case, for example. But a lot of the stuff that we have on us is going to be sold. Like the sugar's going to be sold, the defuel will be sold. I'll probably sell all the Vaselines. The stuff that I'm going to keep, obviously, will be the stuff that's for quests. In the Appointment, we'll sell like the VHS, the Mayo, the Sprats. So there's a few things that we'll keep, a few things that we'll get rid of. In terms of the loot we have in our backpack, etc. here. Because I know that we don't have much room in our stash currently. And that is what it is. But we are just going to at least push to the attachment shack here before we make the final dash over to Outskirts, which is our extract. Obviously, we have the key for ZB014, but we are a little bit closer to Outskirts than we are ZB014. With the amount of loot that we've got on us right now, I'd rather head into the Outskirts exfil, especially with the flash drive on us too. And I know there is a mod that allows you to drink and eat from like static spawns. So instead of me, for example, having to come over here, pick this up, drink it, etc., we'd actually have the ability to go ahead and drink it straight up. But I am going to actually get rid of these Vaselines. I've got so many of those already in the stash that I just don't see the need for us to keep hold of it. Those two scopes are pretty much ideal for what we're looking for in here. There's not anything else that I want. But yeah, those Vaselines, we've got so much in terms of painkillers already in the stash that we're not really going to worry about it. That M995 is quite handy though. But what do we necessarily want to drop for it? I don't really know. I mean, pile of meds are quite easy to find. So we might as well get rid of that for that. Like pile of meds you can find fairly consistently, I feel, in this game. So we'll just go ahead and get rid of that. I am tempted. I'm going to eat the Sprats actually, just for a little bit of energy here. I was tempted to eat the Tushonka, but if I can hand one in now and then have a spare one to like bring in for food in a future raid, then I think that's the better alternative to eating the Tushonka that we picked up. But we've had no action in terms of PMCs or scab this raid, which is a little unfortunate because obviously we did come in with the ultimate preface of trying to get some players for Tarkov Shooter Part 4. I think I dropped that scav. I'm not 100% sure though. Obviously with our stamina being so low, the armor stamina's a little bit wavy. I can't tell if we dropped the scav or whether he kind of went over this little ridge here. But we are just going to regain our stamina here before we push towards exfil. I have a feeling we dropped that scav because we haven't seen them reappear. So I'm just going to go ahead and say we did. So I want to at least get some form of a kill to gain the XP from it and make sure this isn't a run through. I don't think it's going to be a run through, solely because we've been in and we've looted a fair bit and we've been in this raid for a reasonable amount of time. We've still got 22 minutes left. Someone's already taken a bridge at exfil, which is fine, so we're not going over in that direction. But yeah, not really any action apart from that one scav that I think we dropped, but I'm not 100% sure on. But that's not a big issue. We can get some action in the next few raids. I'm just happy to find the flash drive to get a quest sorted for Jaeger, because we do need to get some quests done for him. which is kind of why I'm trying to focus on his quests other than the other traders right now. Because if we can get him to level 2, we can then barter for a Hedonic, which means we can free up a lot more space in the stash because we have someone to actually store the food and drink that we have accumulated over the course of the series. But that right there was a nice little quick raid. We did indeed take out the Scav, and he was over the 60 meters, but unfortunately we do need players over 60 meters rather than Scavs. But a very quick kind of woods run there, or as quick as a woods run can be. We got a fair amount of loot out of it. As I said, most of it we are probably going to end up selling. We have a car battery to hand in, we have a flash drive to hand in, so before we do anything, we are going to hand those in, and we also obviously have a Tushonka as well. So car repair, we can turn in our second car battery. Jaeger can have this final flash drive, just like so, and it does unlock the fact that we need a defib for ambulance, which is fine. We can go ahead and craft one, or if we find one, that's even better. Skier we now have Lend-Lease for, which obviously we need to go to Woods and Shoreline. Mechanic has Energy Crisis, which is on Lighthouse. But we have now got Jaeger level 2, which is absolutely amazing, because it now kind of frees us up to do a few more different runs. That doesn't really make sense, but we have got basically everything for this barter that we need. We are just going to go ahead and get the last 2 squashes, but the thing is, we don't actually have the room for the Hedonic in our stash right now. We need a 4-slot space. Sorry, a 6-slot space. So if we do something like that and put this in there and move this down, the Hedonic should sit right there, hopefully. So let's just go ahead and deal this, and lo and behold, our Hedonic is definitely in the right location that we wanted it to be in. So this now allows us to go ahead and put all of the food and drink that we've accumulated over the course of this series into this Hedonic here, and then we can go ahead and make a bit more room in the stash by putting a few more bits and bobs here. I do want to get another ammo case, but for now we'll put this ammo in here just to get it out of the way. We'll probably get another med pouch just to store a few more meds in. So if you go to therapist, med pouch please, thank you, which is up here, and we'll bring that down here and just chuck all of our meds that we've currently got lying around in there. This can go in there. Just trying to think, if we move the ammo case, we can put the Hedonic down here. Move this real quick, this black rock, and then put this ammo case here. So what else? We can sell. So sell those few bits to Ragman. So sell this, and this to Ragman. I'm going to keep the killer armor. We have a fair bunch of keys, which is another reason why we do need to get like a docks case or something along those lines. Those 2 attachments we can sell to Mechanic. We don't want to keep hold of those because they are taking up a little bit of room. That keyring can go up here. We have room in this beta backpack and probably this alpha rig. Let's put this down here. I kind of want to sell this alpha rig, but we don't have the space to pop it into our stash right now in order to be able to sell it. Med pouch can go down here, so we could just use it for storage for the time being. Can this fit in there? It can. Lovely. Those 2 can fit in there. We have a little bit of room to put this in. Cool. And then put that down here. We can sell the ski mask. We actually have one already. These can be sold. Let's unload this ammo and pop that into there. Herring can go in here. The sugar. Do I have more sugar? I do. Let's put that there. The bandage can go here. The syringe can go here. The vitamins can go there. And so can the blood set. And then we've got stuff in appointment. The VHS we're going to sell. The Salewa we will probably... let me just do a little bit of maneuvering here, like so. Put a Salewa in there for now. The mayo will sell and the conditioned milk will sell. So that's basically everything that we've got from that raid. So let's just put some bits up on the flea. So auto select similar. We'll put this up for 14. The defuel, we'll put this up for 26. And then the rest of it I'm just going to sell to traders. So if we go to therapist, she can have these things. Will Jaeger buy that? He won't, so that'll be a peacekeeper thing. And then Ragman can have this. And that is basically everything sold that we wanted to sell out of the stuff we got from Woods. This SSD we'll go ahead and put in our scav case for now. And then we'll just grab our reward, our money even, from Ragman there. And do something like so. Okay, so that was not bad first raid. But as I said, it does now open up a lot more opportunity for us to go to different maps, because we now have the task that we're looking to complete for Jaeger done. I am very tempted to just get rid of this 4 armor to Ragman, to be fair. It was only being used whilst we were waiting for the killer armor to come back off of insurance. And that does allow us a little bit more room in our stash. Let's move the Gazelle down here. But it allows a lot more room in our stash, which is handy. So what tasks do we have to do? We've got Going Insane, which is to eliminate PMCs over 25 meters with headshots. Monitoring, we still need to put a camera in nighttime factory in the cellars. Oh yeah, no, we didn't do this one, did we? We didn't do that one. Okay. So I think if we go factory, we can do secured perimeter, we can do this, and we can also do, where is it? The one for therapist, which is healthcare privacy part 5. So I think that's the play. We're going to run a factory run, so we want to take the bolt action off. We'll probably take the MP7 in as our weapon of choice. So let's just pop all of the mags into the stash. So the MP7, what mags do I have for you, if any? I have 140 rounder. And I think this is a 30 in here. That is a 30. So let's just filter by item on this. We will purchase 3. Because why not? 1, 2, 3. Unload the subsonic rounds. We can sell that mag now. Do I have any more ammo for the MP7 in here, or will I have to buy some? I think I might have to buy... Actually, no, I have some rounds. Not too sure how far these are going to get us. Okay, we have a little bit of backup ammo, not a lot, so we might have to just go ahead and link search and just buy some like Action XS. Let's go like 150. Just for a little bit of backup ammo. Do something like this. This morphine can actually go into this slot now. That can go in there. We will probably put the subsonic rounds in here and then take 2 stacks of 70 of that. This mag, as I said, can be sold. We got a load of other mags which can fit into our container. So we'll very quickly just slot those in here like so. Another mag here. Lovely jubbly. So we have everything there. We don't need the M80 ammo, which can be topped up in there. We don't need the ZB014 key, but I do want to grab the factory key that we have, like so. I don't really need to use the other slot if I'm honest, and we're not really going to need a mule stim for factory. But anyway, we are going to jump into a factory run and try and get these 3 quests done. But before we do that, we need to go to Scorpion and grab ourselves a Wi-Fi camera. And then we also need, if I kept hold of them, which I think I did, 3 of these. Lovely. So we have all 3 of our blue gunpowders, and then we also have bought ourselves a Wi-Fi camera. So we are ready and good to go. So I'm going to jump into a factory run, guys. I'll see you there, and hopefully we can smash out these tasks. Alrighty, so we are in to a factory raid. Bear with me. Well, I selected the nighttime factory. I'm pretty sure I did anyway. Could be wrong. Could be very wrong. If I didn't, it's fine. We'll just do a little bit of secure perimeter and come back. It's not a big issue. I'm almost certain I selected nighttime, but it might be the fact we have the weather mod that's not allowing us to change it. But at the same time, I think I might have made a boo-boo, and I may have ended up going into a daytime factory run. But as I said, we'll try and do a little bit of secured perimeter. But that does rely on the PMCs in this raid to come to this location. But at the same time, we can always just kind of do a little bit of looting, get ourselves out, and then come back in. I'm not overly fussed about doing secure perimeter right now. I would prefer to kind of get that sorted during like the run where we actually plant the camera and our gunpowder. So I'm going to try and loot as much as possible, and then we'll go ahead and move towards Exfil. If we can get a kill or 2 whilst we're moving towards Exfil, then that'll be handy. But at the same time, it's not the end of the world. I'm pretty sure I already have this Ollie office key. That flash drive is going to be handy for a hideout upgrade. I'm pretty sure we've already got the Ollie office key, so I can just sell that to a trader. And to be fair, I should realistically be taking quite a bit here. Tagilla. Yeah. Screw you, Tagilla. We have another boss down. I did wonder why someone was sprinting their ass off up here. There's someone to our right as well. I'm almost certain of it. Maybe not. Bro, I thought I killed him in the first, like, spray. That is our first PMC for the, secure perimeter, though. Level 3. Oh dear. As much as I'd love to take this Thunderbolt, I don't actually know if I've got the room to not store it in the stash, but put it in the stash. But we'll test our luck. Why not? We'll test our luck on that side of things. So that is 1 kill for secure perimeter done. We've also got Tagilla down this raid. So I think the play is going to be now to definitely get out of this raid. What ammo did you have? BT, okay. Not the most ideal place to unpack this, but we're going to very quickly do that anyway. Kind of want to take his armor. Just a normal scav, okay. We'll also check his pockets. It does mean we can't necessarily take the Thunderbolt, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Do we have... We do have room there. No more room there though. That's fine. Right, let's unpack this last mag. Is that all I can get? No. They're below us, okay. I am hearing running on metal. Do you have anything good in your pockets, Tagilla? Okay, not too bad, not too bad. I'm going to leave that scav. We just want to get out of this raid now. Damn, dude. Chill your beans, son. Right. Run! No, don't hit me. Run! Okay, just like that, we are out of this raid. That could have been, yeah, that could have been a little bit hairy there towards the end, especially with the shotgun scav that I couldn't, for whatever reason, wallbang through the door. But 5.2k XP, we managed to get Tagilla, which is huge. I think that's the second time we've seen him on Factory. I do think Tagilla is the derpiest boss they have in this game. Because both times I've seen him, the first time he was running in circles, and then that time he didn't even come into the office to try and fight me. He ran down the hallway and crouched in the open to heal, so didn't really make too much sense. But I'll take the kill on Tagilla. We do now have the golden pistol from Rashala and now Tagilla's hat for the quests that are coming up. Eventually for, I think it's Jaeger. Excuse me. But yeah, as I said, hay fever season, not the most ideal for me. This cap we'll put in there. We'll probably end up running the Gorilla helmet at some point. When that'll be, I'm not sure, but we'll keep hold of it for now. We'll sell this. The bolts can come down here. The pox ram can also come down here. Pretty much all of this can come down here, really. We've got a decent stack of BT from that raid. We'll put these in this black rock. To get us armor, I need the gunpowder. The vodka will sell. We'll sell the diary. The flash drive we'll keep hold of, and the salt we'll keep hold of, and we'll keep hold of Tagilla's armor as well, because that'll be another little armored rig for us. And the grenade can go into grenade case. Okay, so we'll try and do this again. Let's just go ahead and top up our mags with ammunition, and then we'll also top up our Action SX ammo. Not that I think we're going to need too much at Nighttime Factory, but let me just make sure I click the correct side of Factory this time. Ensure all our gear, which I think it is all insured with Therapist anyway, and we'll jump into another factory, this time at night time, and get ourselves a couple more tasks complete. Alrighty, let's get this task done, shall we? Trying to think which way we need to go for the cellars. I think it might be this way from pure memory alone. It is lovely. So we'll go and get the cellar side of things done, and then we'll push the office to get the gunpowder down for Therapist. I don't actually think we came to this area in the end in that raid with the Wi-Fi cameras. I honestly think we ended up extracting because we might have been hurt I can't remember entirely, but regardless, we'll get this last Wi-Fi camera down. I think the confusion for me came because it said we didn't do the one with the med tent. And obviously, in my opinion, not in my opinion, I know for a fact we did go ahead and do the med tent one, so that was what confused me, I think. But regardless, we've got that task completed now. Just want to go and get the bits down for therapist. Why can't I shoot this light out? Kind of frustrating. Unless they've changed that to a point where you can't shoot that out, maybe? No idea. Let's unlock this room real quick. See if there's any good goods in here. I know this is not the room we need, but sometimes there is a little bit of loot that can spawn in here. Obviously, there's a quest that we will need to come and do in this room anyway. Unfortunately, looks like we have no luck on terms of loot on the floor, apart from this, which we're not going to take. Oh, another flash drive. We will put that in our container. So the flash drives at the moment I'm taking, because I know we need them for, I think it's the intelligence center upgrade. But we'll just go ahead and plant these gunpowders down. And then after that we can see if anyone pushes us here in the office. We are hearing a little bit of running around. But I know to get PMCs on factory, your best bet is daytime, even in SPT. Although saying that, we did just hear a door open to our right. There's a lot of running around. It could be Tagilla again. There's at least 3 different people I can hear right now whilst we're placing this stuff down. All that sprinting makes you want to think it's Tagilla. Might help if I actually put it on full auto. Thought I had actually swapped it back to full auto, but evidently not. Trying to listen out for any more footsteps, because we will heal up probably behind the door again. I'm sat by the door, so if I need to, I can just come out of the objective and take a gunfight. Obviously it takes a little bit of time for your gun to come out, obviously, but at least we would have been able to like step away from any sort of danger. Hit us right in our thorax. Yeah, I was just double checking I did actually get rid of everything from the appointment before we came into this run, which we did. Alright, let's have a quick loot of the safe. Another flash drive. We are finding flash drives galore now. Thought that chair was someone for a second. I am half tempted. Ow. Just to get out of this raid. think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Aggressive ass scav, holy cow. Potentially a player scav, who knows. So we've got that complete, there was one that I need to do for Jaeger, which is to kill scavs whilst hurt. Cold-blooded. No. Can't remember. I might have done it. I'm not too sure. Either way, we're just going to get out of this raid. Done the 2 tasks we came in for. We've killed a scav. It's time to just get out of here, I think. Just a very quick factory run at night time. Took a little bit of unnecessary damage. But regardless, we managed to get the 2 tasks completed that we went in there for in the first place. Ah, we did kill the first scav with the grenade. Okay. Nice little nade then. We will take that. And let's just heal ourselves up. And we are ready to rock and roll into something else once we have turned these 2 tasks in. So far, we've had a very quick woods run, which gave us the last flash drive, and now we found, 2 flash drives in the last 2 factory raids. We accidentally went into a daytime factory, which we didn't mean to do, but we made it work for ourselves. And then, and we also got to Tagilla in that raid too. And then we've just completed another couple of tasks off the back of going into factory as well. So overall, I can't really complain with the raids that we've had so far today. Let's just sell the few things that we're going to sell here. So first and foremost, let's go to Therapist, sell her these 2, and then go to Peacekeeper, who can have these 3. So Therapist tasks, healthcare privacy is now done. Gives us another medicine case, which is huge. And then we've also done the nighttime quest for Scorpion on Factory, which does actually give us some night vision goggles and some serve kits. So I'm very happy about that. So you need to place a Wi-Fi camera in construction zone directly overseeing ZB011, 12 and 13. Okay. So that's on customs. I'm still not sure what this particular trader does. I'm going to have to look into him a little bit more. Solely because it says you share the reseller license of your creations to his name, and in return you get a hefty discount. Okay, I don't quite know what that means. I am tempted to sell him like a weapon I don't think I'm going to use, just to see what happens, just for science purposes. So this MP5, don't think I'm going to use it. Can you sell it to him? You can't. What can you sell to him? Is it like food and drink? Let's see if he'll buy the Aquamaries from us. So I downloaded him. It's not the... What can he take then? Okay, I'm going to have to look into him a little bit more. I did read about like what you can and can't do with him before I installed him, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it said, so we're going to have to go ahead and figure that out at some point. The knuckle can come down here, and then we'll receive all of that. So this does also mean we can empty our med pouches again and put everything into the medicine container. Got a bunch of stems, like a lot of them. So I think we definitely want to look into taking mules in, as I said earlier. But that is all of our med pouches now empty. So I am very tempted to sell these med pouches now. Solely because they are now empty, and having 2 containers I think will be fine with meds. So you can have those back, therapist. Let's go ahead and grab our rewards off of Scorpion. Okay, so this is now completely full pretty much. That syringe can actually go in here, meaning this morphine can go in there and that serve kit can go in here. Lovely, a little bit more room. Now, do I have space? I do have space on the MP5. Let's put this one here and then this one here. Night vision can go in there. Lovely jubbly. Okay, let's put that in there and this into here. So I'm trying to think. What are we not going to use out of our weapons? So I think I'm going to use the Vow. The MP5 is probably one of the weapons I'm more than likely not going to use. And the reason I'm saying this is I just want to sell the stuff I'm not going to be using, essentially. I don't think I'm going to use the T5000. So let's go to Mechanic real quick. Sell that to you. What was the other thing? The MP5. Sell that to you. I want to use this because it's a new weapon I've not used yet. So that is something we'll definitely look to take in. I'm very tempted to also sell this. We'll take the ammo out of it, obviously. But it is something that I am super tempted just to sell. Just because as much as it's like being handy for us in the raids we've taken it into, it's just not quite a weapon I feel is going to pack the punch that we need it to eventually. So we'll do this, and it also allows us a bit more room in our stash, which is the main consideration right now. I am going to get another ammo case, I think. So filter by item, 426. It does put us at basically no money, but I am going to take it just so we can start storing a bit more ammunition in our like actual containers rather than anything else. We still got some meds in here, which I completely forgot about if I'm honest, but regardless, we still have some meds in there. But this now gives us a lot more room. We're going to keep hold of these 3 sites. These sites we'll probably end up using. We're not going to use this, or this, or this, or this. We'll definitely use this, and we'll definitely end up using this. So, Mechanic, you can have these, my friend. Put that site here. And other than that, as I said, we've got a decent chunk of room now to be able to store things, which is handy. Let's just go ahead and sort all of our scav cases. Just like so. And we'll also sort our scav junk box. So we have a lot of dog tags stored up ready for any quests that need dog tags. We've got obviously intelligence folders and flash drives when we need to do the intelligence center. So that's also handy. But one thing I am going to make sure I take into the next raid is a mule stim. So is there anything I want to put up here that I don't mind losing if I die? And it might well be the splint, you know. So we've got quite a few splints. Let's put the splint up here and put it on 7. Now if we find the mule that I know I have somewhere, there we go. Mule stim can go in the med pouch. I know I do need it eventually, but if I have it and I start getting overweight, at least this way I can move through the map a little bit easier. We will eventually get ourselves a bigger container, which I'll look at in a moment. But I want to see where I'm going to take our next raid. So we've got obviously make ultra great again, but we don't have a follow-up to that. We've got humanitarian supplies, which is to eliminate scavs using the Untar helmet and body armor, which you don't have right now, so we'll leave that. We do have this to do for skier on customs, which I think we tried doing and potentially died. So yeah, we did. So room 303. We might as well go customs because we've also got Shaken Up Teller on 203. So 203 and 303. Yeah, we'll go customs, I think, for the next raid. So we need 203, 30 key, cabin key. We'll take the factory key for an exfil. And then we'll also take our other set of keys that have all the dorm rooms. We need to take this one in. And there's one more key that I think I've got somewhere, but I don't know where it is. And that's the key for the whatchamacallit, it's the key for the gas station like safe room, but I don't know where I put it. I swear when I bought all the keys, I'm almost certain that I bought the gas station storage room key. Oh, it's here. Idiot. It's like, I swear I bought that. I did buy that. Okay, cool. Let's do a little bit more maneuvering in our stash, just to free up a little bit more room. Ironically, we could probably swap this for this now on the ADAR. Because the ADAR is probably going to be our go-to weapon when we go to Shoreline. But other than that, we've basically made enough, a decent chunk of room from all of that. We could probably do this actually, and then do something like this. Cool, so we've got a decent chunk of room for any loot. We are going to repair the MP7. So I know that he is good to repair weapons with, so we may as well repair weapons with him until we figure out what we can do in terms of the how much is that? It's going to be 30. We'll take all of them. In terms of like the trading side of things with him, but let's just top up to 2 stacks of 70. Obviously we did buy a hefty amount of ammo just then, and it does put us down to basically no money at all. But the main reason I'm happy to do that is, as I mentioned in the previous episode, I've had the thought process of going in with our scav with the sole purpose of just getting loot and then selling it, even if it's stuff we need for quests. We just go ahead and sell it through the like quick sell feature with the scav. So we're going to go ahead and do that at the end of this episode. But we're going to jump into a customs run. We have all the keys we need. So we need to go to 203 and 303 in dorms. We also need to go to the trailer park to stash the golden Zibbo. We'll also look to go to all the safe rooms. Maybe get some PvP in there as well. And then head to exfil. So without further ado, let's jump into a good old raid on customs and see how we do. Alrighty, so we are in to our customs run. And we've actually spawned on the side of the map that is handy for us in terms of getting this task done. Because as I said, we need to go over to the trailer park and drop the golden Zibbo into the trailer over the other side of the map. So all in all, not a bad spawn at all for us. And one thing I think I'm going to do in this raid is everything that I grab, I'm going to probably end up selling. Solely because we are very low on money. The only thing I might not sell out of this is the grip. But we will just go ahead and pick everything up for the... We sold one of them, but we can always sell that one too. But we are going to pick up everything for the XP and then drop it. And I've got to remember, I do have a mule stim this time around, so weight shouldn't be too much of an issue for us. No stash in here this raid. So yeah, we need to go to dorms, which is like the main focal point of this particular raid. So we will head in that general direction. And one thing I'm going to mention in terms of the in terms of the time of day and the weather mod. The only time I'm probably ever going to touch that is if I need to get rid of fog. Because if I hit home, obviously we've got the weather debug on, which means we have no fog at all. But if it, I don't know if it like resets every time you come in and out of the raid. There is a sniper scav up there. But if it resets every time you come in and out of raid, then obviously we need to make sure to put it back on. However, if it stays on for the next time that we're like, sorry, not in and out of raid, but in and out of like episodes. If it stays on for the next time we're recording, then we'll be fine. There's a scav or a player on the opposite side of the wall to us here. But yeah, if it stays on, we'll be fine. Is that a player? That is a player. Had a VPO. Level 1, dude. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry, as they say. That sells for quite a bit, so we'll take that. What ammo did you have? Not great ammo. Obviously, being a level 1, I wouldn't expect them to have great ammo, but you never know. I'm going to drop that dog tag. We don't need it. We'll put that down there. Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We'll take the kill, don't get me wrong, but a level 1 man, when we're like level 20 odd, not ideal. Sash drive, skull, this is all pretty good money to be fair. Obviously money itself is quite nice. Oh, the eggs, very nice. We're gonna leave the euros though, I'm not too fussed about euros. Is that a car bat I see on the table over there? Might well be, right? Didn't really see it properly. Let's drop all of that back off. It is a car bat, that's huge, we need that. We'll also take that as well. We'll take that for sure. Okay. So I'm almost certain that this mule stim that we've picked up is going to come in very handy for this raid. Especially now we have a car bat. Car bat and a scar. The scar we're just going to instantly sell, by the way. As I said with the previous scar, we're not necessarily going to be using it. I don't want to use the mule stim too early. I'd rather use it to get over to the other side of the map. So I think what I'm going to do actually, just to save a little bit of weight, is I'm not going to take that at all. We are just going to drop the scar. Because as I said, the only thing it's going to be for us is something to sell. So we may as well just drop it to save a little bit of weight rather than carrying it around with us. I'm pretty sure these you can store in your hideout as like a display figure. It's the first one we found so far in this playthrough. But I'm almost certain you can store this in your hideout. But I'm also tempted just to sell it. So once again, we're not regaining a stam, so we are just gonna stand under this tree real quick and let the stam regain. So what we look, okay, we need to try and find food and drink as well. That's one thing I forgot to top up outside of raid. Do have a full mag, so we're good on that front. Alright, let's make the sprint to dorms. Even if we have to drop our bag somewhere in dorms, to roam dorms and then come back for it, it's not the end of the world. Just heard someone. Oh, didn't bring a key for that. Oh, they're above us. Okay, let's drop our bag in here. And then we'll roam at least 2-story without the bag, and then we'll pick it up and go to 3. They're above us. They're basically opening every door possible upstairs. PSU. Nothing worth in there. Any money we can get is good money for us. I'm so tempted just to not even worry about fighting the player upstairs. That's going to be weight, actually. We'll drop that. Player / scav upstairs. I think we are just going to pick up a bag and go 3-story. Because with the amount of can't tell if they're running away or 2. That could have been interesting to say the least. Yeah, the flashlight. SKS. Ooh, MP7. Yoink. Let's take your suppressor and your sight. Level 32. That's more like it. What ammo did you have? Ugh. I'm pretty sure, for whatever reason, you don't fully unload the mags in SPT. They're the what's his face's helmet. Oh, I'm putting that into the backpack. They've got Tagilla's helmet. Ooh. Don't know if I want that, you know. Yeah, the Loot Lord. Oh, I'm not going to be able to put the battery in if I take this, though. Loot Lord plushie. We don't need the noodles. Put that in appointment, I think. Actually, what am I doing? Let's do this. Brain not working, as they say. Carbat. Drawbridge can be dumped. I'm taking a little bit too long for my liking to loot here, but it is what it is. Couple grenades will be handy. Right, we're definitely going to need that mule in this raid. So 203 and 303 are the two rooms we need to go into. Go into 203 first, then we'll go into 204 for the safe. Case. Do have a duffel to check out in here too. Not really anything I want to take there. I don't know if I need the fleece or not, I'm not sure. I'll take the ratchet though. Take the ratchet. So just got to remember our bag is on the bottom floor. In the bathroom to the left as you come in from first story, or the first door should I say. Lovely. So we've got to remember there was a lot of movement over in 2-story when we were there. We do need that vase. We're not taking the car. The diary's probably going to be worth the least. We'll take the vase. That's US ammo, we don't want that. Let's go and check the safe room down the end here. Just out of pure curiosity. Yeah, it is up, okay. Not that we want to take it, we need to go across the other side of the map, but if we just were doing like a loot run, we could have just like got everything that we wanted and just head out the car exfil. Unfortunately, it's not really what we're looking to do this raid. I think that's the only thing I'll take from there for now. Right, let's go up to 3-story to 303. Which is this one. Grab the golden Zibbo. Let's go and grab our bag, pop the mule stem, and then get the hell over to the other side of the map. That can go in there. To be fair, we could have taken, if we had taken the bag up with us, we could have taken a lot more stuff with us. We have no energy, so we'll eat these noodles. Does mean that we're going to be a little low on hydration, unfortunately, but is what it is. Right, let's get the hell out of here. We should be able to survive through this raid on the energy and hydration we have, I hope. We do have the little shack over here we could have a look at to see if there's any hydration and food, I suppose. It might be worth having a look at. I know scavs can spawn over here, so we need to be very wary of that. But it might be an opportunity to get some hydration and energy in us. If it's not already been ransacked, of course. Unfortunately, it's already been looted. Not the most ideal of circumstances, but it is what it is. It's our own fault for not topping up our food and drink before we came into this raid. Yeah, hydration is at 10, but we can heal through hydration, dehydration even. It's the energy I'm more worried about. I want to just get to the golden, the trailer park for the golden Zibbo, and then just get out of this raid. So at least then we've made a decent bit of money with the stuff that we've got. We've got another car battery we can hand in. We would have finished off 2 quests as well. So overall, it will be another very good raid for us, as long as we don't die of dehydration and starvation, or exhaustion, whichever one it is. Killed a high-level PMC too. To be fair, even if they had hit us with the ammo they had, it would have taken a few more bullets for them to get through the killer armor. There's duffels around this area, right? I don't think there's any in here though. Go and check the duffel over here before we head to the trailer park, or at least the shack that we need, just to see if there's any form of hydration or energy. But I definitely think that we need to invest in mule stim / craft them when we can, because the way that our raids go is we get, if we don't get absolutely obliterated by like a scav or a player, we tend to get a couple of kills during the course of the raid, stack up on our loot, and then become very heavy. Okay, no such luck in there for any hydration or energy. We keep finding this key everywhere. We'll eat this. Right, that key is just everywhere for us. It's mad. Probably drop these rubles, to be fair. Take the gold chain out of those two. So obviously we do have the Tashonka if we come desperate for energy. But I think we're okay on the energy front. Obviously we're dehydrated, but is what it is. Alright, we'll place this. We should be okay just to place it there, but I'm going to actually move. It's probably the best situation for us, rather than taking a punt and a chance. We will just move a little bit across, so if there is any scavs or players that potentially spawn whilst we're doing this, at least we're behind a little bit more cover. I say that because obviously, as I mentioned earlier, we've had PMCs spawn in like halfway through a raid directly in front of us before, and we don't really want that to happen too often. Don't know if we can change that setting, as I said before. It might be something we can change, but honestly, I cannot remember. So we do have an extract over in this corner here. We're just going to heal our way over there. Like, I could go into trailer park and try and find food and water and stuff in there, but I just don't see the need when we can literally heal through any dehydration and extract here. Like, when I first started playing Tarkov, I didn't even know this was an exfil until I can't remember who I was playing with, but I was playing with a mate that started playing, and he was like, oh, you do realise there's an exfil just in this corner? So I kept going into like crossroads, whereas it was like, no, you can come into this one, you can come here, you can like exfil here. I was like, oh, okay. Ironically, our Kansas Tashonka have now finished. Oh, we killed 2 USECs. Oh yeah, of course we did. The first one was a level 1 at gas. Regardless of that, that is another successful raid completed. Obviously, we've managed to grab ourselves a fair few items for tasks, a few items we can sell. So overall, a very, very good raid. We'll just turn in those 2 tasks, and then we'll do a very quick scav run on factory. Actually, it's 3 tasks. We've obviously got the last one of these. Colleagues Part 1, so that's on Shoreline. What was the other one that we did for... Was it for Therapist? No, it wasn't. It was for Prapple. It was for Prapor. So turn in that one and complete that one as well. So we've also now got chemical part 1, which is to can't actually remember where that is. My brain's gone a bit mush. We're now on Punisher as well, which is huge. So before we do anything else, let's go to traders. Is there anyone that gives us the potential of getting a bigger container already? There is. So Peacekeeper has a beta, but we need a tank battery, which we found one today, we just didn't take it. Iridium, Vertex, and military cables. And if I remember correctly, this is an extra 2 slots. Yeah, an extra 2 slots, which isn't too bad, but it's still not ideal compared to like what we can get off of the Punisher. So I think we just ride out our alpha container for now, and then go from there. I didn't stand a chance. Smack my head. I do love the AI PMC lines that they send over when you kill them. Not always, but sometimes. It's quite funny. Right, let's just get all of our rewards, and then we can do a lovely scav run to finish the episode off. I'm going to keep hold of the STM that we just got, because it might be a gun that would be fun to use at some point. We do actually need to start doing gunsmith a bit more too, like the gunsmiths that we're going to be doing in terms of building a weapon and then going into a raid, getting 4 PMC kills and then handing it in. But regardless, we're going to do our first scav run of the series. Just to reiterate, in the last episode I came up with the idea of taking a scav in right at the end of the episode, but selling everything and anything we get on the sav straight to traders through the sell function that you have right at the end of a scav raid if you survive. So we're going to jump into a scav run here, see if we can get a little bit of money made, because we are going very broke off the back of buying a few bits and bobs for tasks and insurance and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to jump into a scav raid here, just get a little bit of money going. We're going to take the scav into factory, because you can get pretty much through factory very quickly as a scav, as long as you don't obviously get mowed down by a player. And then hopefully we can make a little bit of money to help out our PMC moving forward. Alrighty, so first scav raid of the series. We have 14 minutes left. We have a few bits and bobs that we can sell already, which is nice. Actually, let's head this way, because there is a couple of jackets that we can have a look at over here. Obviously, I'm going to try not to kill any other scavs. If we hear any potential PMCs, then happy days, we can go after them. But our main focal point is just to try and grab as much loot as possible, even if it's got a yellow tick mark saying you need this for a quest. We are just going to be selling everything at the end of the scav run. Essentially, the thought process I have with regards to these scav runs is our PMC's struggling with money, or he just wants a bit of extra money, or whatever it might be. And he's gone to a local scav and basically said, I need your help. Can you get me some money going? And they've said yes. Okay, is that was that a PMC that I didn't shoot at over here? Was not. Okay, so there's a dead. It looks like a dead PMC over there.
-1.
Give me your gun. Oh, it's a nade. The downside is, we could find some insane gear here. But the downside is we can't take it. Gonna have to sell it all, which is fine. It's the whole point of. It's the whole point of doing it this way. But the more stuff we find, the better off it's gonna be for us. Put the stuff in the rig, man, please. Empty mag. Impact nade's nice. Sounds like there's still another PMC up. Okay, cool. We killed a PMC here. Like, this spear would be lovely to keep, but just not really feasible. Just gonna get us more money. Get us more money. Even though we need the G phone, we need to just sell it. Anything that we can take just to give us a bit more money, we are going to keep hold of, by the way. So unfortunately we can't take the dog tags, but oh, we can't even take that. Damn. That's fine. Okay, I'm getting out of this raid. We've made a decent chunk of money here. There is still, I think, one more PMC up, but the money we made out of this raid is going to be quite nice, I think. It's a shame that we can't keep hold of this spear. This spear would have been quite nice to keep hold of, but it is what it is. We're not going to complain. We managed to get a decent money, bit of money off of our scav, so we will take that. Right, so if we go to next, so this is all of the gear that we ended up getting off of our scav run. Obviously we've got the RGD grenade and stuff. So the only thing that I'm going to take out of the scav here is the rubles that we obtained, because technically that's the whole point of us taking the scav or hiring the scav, is to make rubles. He had some rubles on him, therefore we'll take those out. But everything else on here, even though we need like the whiskey for a task, the Tar-Cola for a task, the dog tags for a task, the RGN even grenade would be really handy for like Grenadier. The spear's a really nice weapon. We can't take any of that. We literally have to hit the sell all button, which gives us 293k rubles, which is actually a really nice sum of money. It puts us in a decent position with money again. So that is all sold. We also got a PMC kill with our scav, meaning that our rep goes up with fence anyway. So the more rep we get, the better gear technically we have as a scav. Obviously, if we get like labs key cards and stuff on the scav, it's unfortunate we have to sell them, but that is what it is. We have to go ahead and sell that to traders. But regardless of that, it does mean that we can make a decent chunk of money, especially when we were so low on money as it was. So if we go to fence, we can now receive our money from him, or at least from the scav. I guess fence is like our middleman, so to speak. I'm not going to worry about sorting anything out in my backpack, the appointment and anything like that. We'll do that at the start of the next episode. And I know we have some Tashonka to grab from our hideout, so we'll go ahead and do that now. Plus we can turn off our generator to conserve the fuel. So we'll just go ahead and do that like so. And then we'll grab the 2 Tashonkas that we no longer require. I'm not going to worry too much about doing anything in the hideout to end this episode off, because I don't really want to be spending all the money we just got from our scav. So regardless of that, guys, that is going to be the end of this episode. If you did enjoy the video, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content from myself. If you've got any constructive criticism or feedback across any of the series episodes, just drop it in the comments section down below. I'll be reading through all of them, replying to them, and taking it in to account any feedback that you guys may have. If you've got any game suggestions that would like to see me play on the channel, please be sure to let me know in the comment section down below as well. I'm open to exploring a lot more avenues nowadays in the whole game side of things. I used to be just a strictly first-person shooter player, but I just don't mind playing anything nowadays, really. So if you want to hit me up in the comment section down below with a game suggestion you would like to see me either stream or even upload here on YouTube, then as I said, drop that in the comment section down below. I'll leave links to my social media in the description down below as well. If you want to go ahead and check me out on those, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'll also leave my Twitch and my TikTok down there, which I do live stream on fairly regularly. So if you want to go and check me out during a live stream, be sure to check out either my Twitch or TikTok. Also, maybe hit that follow button to be notified when I do go live. And last, but certainly not least, I'll be leaving a link to my TCG channel in the description down below as well. If you guys are into trading card games, I'm going to be uploading to that channel fairly frequently moving forward. So be sure to go and check that out and maybe hit that subscribe button over there as well. But regardless of that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.